And today we have a special guest with us. Her name is Tamya Apollo.
Hello.
Okay, so today's episode is called Walk the Talk. And we will be having a guest, which is Tamya Apollo. She will be giving us some advice on 6th grade and 7th grade on, things that she wants to do for 6th grade, things like that. So, yeah. Renee?
Yes, we're super excited to have Tamya as a guest. She is a friend to us, a very good friend also. So, Tamya, you have things to add before we start?
Or would you like to introduce yourself? Yes.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Tamya Apollo. I go to Julian. I'm in 8th grade here.
Okay.
Well, we're so glad to have you. So we have a few questions we wanted to ask you. So regarding our 6th graders, so they know what to do with 6th grade and dealing with friendships. That's one of the topics we're going to be talking about. So the first question we have is, do you think people should have a bigger friend group or a smaller friend group?
For that, I feel like it just depends on the person. Like, certain things work for different people, so it all depends on you and how you operate. Like, if you work with having a big friend group and you don't get distracted easily by your friends, then go ahead. But I feel like if you're the type of person like you get distracted easily, or you get too into friendships and you let that distract you from your homework or things you got at home, then probably smaller friendships are good for you.
Yeah,
smaller friend groups.
To add to what Tamya is saying, I feel like you shouldn't also have a big friend group if you can't maintain a lot of friendships, because a lot of people have a hard time doing that, and that ends up into like arguments and people fighting over you. So I feel like that is a big thing. If you can't maintain a lot of friendships, don't have a lot of friends.
That's true.
That's very true. And I think on personal references, for me, I would prefer to have a smaller friend group, because the bigger the friend group is, the more relationships you have to deal with and spending time with all those people. But hey, if you want a bigger friend group, go for it, because I've had a bigger friend group and it was pretty fun, especially when you guys hang out too. But for me, smaller friend groups, as Tamaya was saying, it really differs how you handle yourself and handle relationships. So, yeah. Okay, Renee, would you like to ask the next question?
Tamya, why do you think girls or boys can get jealous over others?
You said, why do I think girls or boys can get jealous over others?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, I feel like it's a lot of reasons. Like, I feel like girls can get jealous of, like, say, how a person looks, like how another girls look, like, oh, she has a lot of friends. And boys, I feel like, I don't really know what they get jealous over, because I'm not a boy, so I'm not sure how to answer that one. I feel like probably, like, say how maybe popular they are, or maybe like their girlfriend, like, oh, he has such a cute girlfriend, I'm jealous.
Yeah. And to add,
go ahead.
I was going to say, just to add, maybe it's like insecurity too.
Definitely. But, like, knowing girls, I feel like we get jealous over a lot of things. And I feel like there's also levels to jealousy. Because I feel like someone could be jealous, but like, oh, you're so pretty, I'm so jealous. But then sometimes it could get to a level like envious, and you're talking about that person, y'all bashing that person. It's just unhealthy.
Very unhealthy. Renee, would you like to add anything on that topic?
I don't think so. Oh, well, what I can say, some things I experienced of other people being jealous. Some people were jealous of, like, friendships. Probably, it's like a group of friends, and probably closer to another friend than the other. Some friends were jealous. It's just something like that is, and I can relate to that too. So that's why I'm giving that advice. So
That's a hard situation. Like when you're with a friend and then that other friend gets jealous. That's
yeah,
Yeah. Why can't we all be friends? Hey.
that's true. But sometimes some people just don't go together. Like some
Right.
people, like you could be friends with one person, but then the friend, like say you've been close to all that long, is not cool with the person you're friends, like your new friend. That's a hard situation. And I feel like if it's that situation, y'all should just try to distance yourself and try to balance like who you hang out with.
Mhm.
and that's hard sometimes because you really don't want to have to pick between which friends, or like you don't want to have to like space out time. So it's like before you guys become like one of those friend groups, and then like you need to figure out how everybody is with each other.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
like, oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna add on to that and say like sometimes for that like you have to talk to one another and make sure like, hey, is this cool if she come and do this and that? Because if you just be inviting people to stuff, that's just
On to the next question. So going back into, the jealousy thing and things like that. This question asks, why do friends switch up on each other or talk about each other behind each other's backs? Why do we?
thing, especially in like with younger girls. I feel like a lot of girls like say something happens, like say me and Christina are talking, and I might do something to Christina, and so she instantly goes to Renee. That's just what she's gonna do. I feel like sometimes it's okay, like say if you're just venting to a person, but say if y'all like talking behind that person's back and saying like, oh, she's this, she's that, I hate her, I don't like her, she irritated me, then that's not necessarily okay. But say like Christina might be going to Renee type, just saying how she feels about the situation and how to solve it, or just ranting. That's okay. And I feel like girls just do that because that's just what girls do. Like if you notice, a lot of girls do that, and most of our friends do that. So I don't really have an explanation. I just feel like a lot of people have a need to get stuff off their chest, and so they just do that. Where they
Yeah.
just, and then some girls are just petty, where they just like to gossip and like to talk about things. So
Right. That's true though, because there's some times where people get the mixed up with the definition of ranting and talking about people. Like
agree.
using that example of if me and Tamya were talking and Tamya upsetted me, ranting is going off to Renee and be like, God, I can't believe you know what Tamya did to me. Like, okay. And then there's a difference between advice and handling something where I go to Renee and I'm like, hey Renee, Tamaya said something that really upset me. What would you do in this situation? And so I think that's where girls need to learn the definition of, getting advice and gossiping.
True, and I think some girls know though, they don't really like care,
Right.
people just do what they do, and I don't really think some people just don't care what they do. They're gonna do what they do regardless. If they want to talk about their friend, they will. If they want to rant, they want to bias, they'll get that. So yeah.
Right, and being messy too. That's another thing. That's key.
Yeah.
Especially like middle school age. Girls start being messy and they wanna this and this and this and talk about Jessica's outfit. Like, hey.
That's true. It's because like I remember like in elementary school, it wasn't really like that. Like we'll like rant to each other, but
Right.
it kind of was, but not to the extent it is now in middle school.
Right. I think it's because elementary school, you had that one group, and if you messed up, you gonna be by yourself. And so, like, for middle school, it's like, since everybody is there, you can make new friends instantly. What do you think, Renee?
Yeah, what Christina just said, I can totally relate on that. When I came to middle school, I thought that, I can't mess up with this friend group that I came into middle school with, because if I mess up, I'm not gonna have any friends, and that's what I thought all the time. But then things like them talking behind my back or just like switching up, it was a big deal.
Mhm.
And me, a little sixth grade, I didn't know what's going on. I thought that it would be okay for me to say sorry and we continue being friends. But thanks to Tamaya for saying hi to me in gym class, I was
And
able to have any
gender.
friends. Even though I had an attitude for some reason, don't ask me why. But thanks to
That's
Tamaya,
so mean.
she's the reason why I have a good friend I have now. So yeah. If you feel
Mhm.
like there's a change needed, you are just saying, or like there might be someone else better to be friends with, and that's better for you in their way.
Right. And I've been in situations where people start gossiping to me about somebody, and then they like switch up when the person come up. Oh, hi. Like, no, keep that same energy how you was treating when you were talking about them behind their back. And I hate that because that's really some bipolar stuff.
It is, and it's weird because, like, I've seen people do that. Even my mom, like, she was talking about the people from work, and then all of a sudden they call and they shit out like ready and being nice and stuff. It's so weird.
Right.
I
Mm-mm.
feel like that's what a lot of girls do and a lot of women do.
Right. Now the difference with boys though, they'll get into an argument, then the next day they make up. It's so crazy. It's like with girls sometimes get into an argument and it takes like forever for them to, grow and get back into being friends. It's crazy. Okay, but going on this topic, Renee, you got the next question.
Okay. How do you know that your friend is your friend?
Yeah, it's a great question. Tamaya, would you like to answer this?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
How
It's
do you
okay.
know your friend is
My
your
grandma
friend?
came in. Your friend is your friend?
So like that first instinct that you knew, oh, that's my friend, that's gonna be my ride or die.
For that one, I don't know because I can't really speak for other people, but for me, when I know someone is my friend, like, I can easily talk to you about things. Like, we have normal conversations. Like, I just rant to you, and I feel comfortable, like, being myself and making jokes and just, like, hanging out. So, for me, I feel like when you know you can be yourself around someone and you're comfortable being yourself, then that's when you know that's your friend. Because everyone you can't, like, you might not fully be able to be yourself and talk about your family issues or friend issues or things that's going on with you. So yeah, that's how I feel.
That's true. I think people also need to know the difference between a friend and an associate because
I agree.
I had to learn that too. Like, your friend is the person that, like, you can, like Tamaya was saying, you could talk to, be yourself around. And there's also, like, people will be saying best friend and friend is the same thing. To me, I feel like your best friend is like someone, like, you call, like, your sister or your brother. Like, it doesn't matter. You know that that's your best friend, and you'll do anything for them, and they'll do anything for you. I feel like a friend is like neutral. It's natural. You can laugh together, but I couldn't be my full self like
Yeah,
that. And
like
then
it's like we're friends, but at the same time, like, I'm probably not gonna do all that for you. That's like
right.
it was like my sister or something, like my best friend. Like, you're my friend, so.
Right.
Can relate to what they said on a personal level because when I came to sixth grade, um, I was super shy, especially around people I didn't know, and I didn't think of like making new friends. I didn't at all. I don't think a lot of people did either. I didn't think they probably didn't know that they wouldn't be friends with someone they were friends with for a long time in elementary school. And honestly, middle school will change somebody for good ways and bad ways. Because when I came to school, it was all about like being popular and knowing this person, knowing that person. And there's nothing wrong with having a lot of friends, but at the same time, if you don't want to be friends with someone, just say it instead of leaving them on the side. Because that's exactly how I was until I found some friends that actually like are real, you know.
Mhm.
So, like, and with my other friends, I didn't really like act like I do now around the friends I have now. Like, I, I would say I'm a little bit silly, a little bit. It's not like I'm goofy or anything, but
Lies.
but I feel more comfortable around the friends that I have now than I did when I first entered middle school. So I feel like,
That's
or if like the personality when you first meet someone, and if it's like you feel like it matches, well then I don't know. That's probably when you first know.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And
that's what
to
I.
like to add on, I was gonna say it's probably like a click when you know, oh yeah, this be my friend. That's gonna be my friend.
I agree
So
because like some people click faster than others. Like some, it take a little while because some people are not easy to open up. So you gotta be
right.
patient. And then sometimes like I feel like you could try to be friends with someone, but then you might realize like y'all can be associates but not friends because y'all just don't go with like y'all just don't match each other energy like that.
Yeah. Renee, what? Oh, is it my? Are we done with that?
I'm trying to see if I have anything else to add on to that. Also one thing. If you guys like take a break from each other and you come back and like you're the same how you were before, I would say that is a friend because everybody needs a break once in a while. So yeah.
Mhm.
It's true.
Um,
That's going
I
into our next
definitely
question too.
agree.
Yeah. Okay, Renee. Is it my turn? Yes, my
yes.
turn. This question asks, have you ever had any friends that weren't really your friends?
I wouldn't necessarily say like, well, I would say probably, but at the same time, I wouldn't say like I never had a friend that like wasn't my friend because I feel like we started off as friends, but I just realized this isn't someone I probably want to keep around. Like
Alright.
some
We
people
started
I
off
have
as close
relationships. Like
friends.
every friendship I have is different, and I could tell like some people I want to keep around, and others I just don't think I'm gonna be able to keep around. Like they probably are just different from me, and we don't really click like that. So I can see that friendship disappearing and not being there no more. And for some people, I would say, yeah, they weren't really my. Oh, I'm really not sure how to answer that one because
I
I feel
know.
like at the point where like at each point in time with my friendships, there was like genuine care for each other, but then I just realized, nah, I don't really think I want to keep them around.
Yeah, that's very understandable. Because I think it's like a time management, especially like coming into middle school and you had your friend group at elementary school and then everybody changes. And then it's like, are you really my friend or are you not the type of person you was in middle school? And sometimes that could take a toll on people too. Because you might get hurt or whatever. And then you like, maybe like, oh, I thought you were my friend. You said you're going to be my friend forever. But then sometimes they really aren't. Because, you know, people go through changes and things like that.
That's true, and I feel like for some people, I feel like you don't always have to like go through a heartbreak with a friendship. Like sometimes y'all just go apart. Like for some people, they'll just get distant one day, just stop talking. Like y'all might just stop checking in with each other. Then that becomes a constant thing to the point y'all don't talk at all. And if that happens, that's okay. Unless you feel a type of way and you want to keep that friendship, then you could do something about it. Y'all can have a conversation. But for some
Alright.
people, they're just meant to be there for that point in time. They're not always meant to be forever.
I'm sorry, continue. Uh-huh.
That's all I had to say about that.
Um, to add on to that, I don't want to mention everything about sixth grade, but um, I would say some friends were just like they were actually your friend, but then they would just like switch up because they feel like, oh, if I'm friends with this other person, maybe some things might happen for me better. Or like it was like a big popularity thing. Like maybe they didn't want to stop being friends with you because this other person had more of something. So that would be um, a problem. Or like
Right.
also, I would say for me, I knew somebody. I didn't want to keep somebody around. It's like when someone was talking about me to one of my close friends I thought was my close friend at the time. And then I had to find out through someone else that she knew that. Cause like, and it was like, wow, you really just, you knew this whole time the person was talking about me. You're supposed to be my best friend. Or if you know that your best friend
That's
is
some switching up stuff right there.
or if you know so your best friend is feeling some type of way about you and they don't want to come clean about it, but they don't have no problem running their mouth to someone else though. It's like how do you expect the situation to be solved if the person you have a problem with it doesn't know at all? So that's
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm telling you, they just be switching up on you. And sometimes it could be their fault. And like, I always had a question, because I seen this show, right? And you guys know Degrassi. Like, you know, that kid show. You know Degrassi? Okay, so basically,
I never watched that.
okay, so Degrassi is like this kid show, a whole bunch of teens going to like middle school, high school, and they talk about like real world like kid problems, you know, hormones, boyfriend and girlfriend stuff, all that stuff. I watched the old one. Wait, but yeah. And so the girl, what's it called? Her boyfriend cheated on her, right? And it's all on videos on it live or whatever. The girlfriend did not know. She did not know, right? Her best friend, knew about it, right? But she didn't want to tell her because she was scared that she would get mad at her and would start yelling at her. Like, no, he didn't do that, he didn't do that. So she never told her. She was going to tell her, but she didn't think it was the right time to say. So, but she was like,
it's never going to be the right time.
Right. So it's okay, but she was like real rude to the boyfriend for no reason. The girlfriend didn't know that he had cheated. So finally, the boyfriend had broke the news and told her that he had cheated on her. And so then her friend found out that the girlfriend had found out that her best friend had knew this whole time. So then she started yelling at her and was like, "You're not a true friend." Da 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 da. And see, cause I get scared, cause like it's like, what would y'all do? Would y'all tell the friend that, you know, hey, I think your boyfriend was cheating, or would you just wait until they find out?
I feel like for that, I would. It's just hard because don't no one want to tell their best friend that their boyfriend is cheating on them. That's
Right.
a sad thing. No one want to break that news and watch them be hurt. But my thing, I would try my best. Like, you know, I would talk to them. But if they're the type to not believe me and say, "Oh, you're jealous," or "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. He don't do this. I trust him," blah. I'm like, okay, I was just trying to help. And I'm going to let them figure that situation out because I did my part by telling you. So if you don't believe me, and that's on you for not believing me. At least I tried. So when you do find out you get hurt, like, I'm going to be there for you. And I'm going to, I'm be there for you. I'm be nice. I'm talk to you, support you and all that. But just know, I tried my best to tell you.
Right.
To add on to that, I feel like we, me and somebody went through a similar situation with that type of example. But is that topic not really important? But I'm saying it is probably a big problem. It's going to probably be going to be a problem for some people in middle school. Cause I never thought that would be a problem, but I was put into that situation. So yeah, that
I agree. And like for those of you that are I feel like just tell your friend, and of course it's gonna be hard, and it's definitely gonna be an uncomfortable thing because, like I said, who wanna go to their friend and be like your boyfriend is cheating on you? And when I was in that situation, like I kind of felt like if I was like breaking the relationship up by saying that, but it's not your fault. That's the boyfriend's fault. He shouldn't be cheating. He shouldn't be doing nothing to your friend. I feel like if you're in that situation, just go to them and try to talk to them gently and tell them about it. And make sure you have proof. Like, don't be like telling other people and bringing a whole bunch of people because then that's gonna go around and then the friend is gonna have to find out in a very sad way. So I think you should just approach them, try to talk gently to them and tell them, your boyfriend is doing this and that, and and let things go from there.
Right. And don't be messy with it too. Like, once you tell them, start telling other people about it. Because that's just like, ooh.
Okay, hope everyone has a good day. This is the end of our episode. Sorry it got cut off. We wasn't able to finish the rest of it. But thank you and hope you subscribe and comment down below what else you would like to see.